your English teacher. Today my topic is reading comprehension. What is reading comprehension and why do we read? Reading comprehension is the ability to process text and understand its meaning. You know it very well that comprehension means to understand. When you read some passage or a paragraph and you have the ability to understand its meaning, it means that your reading comprehension is quite good. Reading comprehension is the act of understanding what you are reading. So, that is the understanding of whatsoever you read. Why do we read? We read to find some information from the passage, or we read to learn about something or to answer questions given at the end of the passage. That is the purpose or aim of reading. If you have very good reading skill, you can excel in your studies. Practicing reading with understanding can be useful for success at school. What are the objectives of a reading comprehension? To read text fluently. That is the first main or a purpose of reading some passage or some paragraph. Second one, to engage with the text. To engage with the text means that how much you understand the meaning of the text, what the idea is described in the text. The third one, to critically evaluate the text. Critically evaluate. When you critically evaluate, you know the theme, the central idea, or the main idea for which the writer wants to write that text. That is critical evaluation of the text or the passage. Fourth purpose or the objective of reading a passage or a paragraph is to look for clues in the text and match with something you already know. It means that whatsoever you read, you match it with your previous knowledge. So that is the objective of reading. Here are certain tips for improving your reading skill. Tips on answering comprehension questions are discussed here. The first one, read the passage twice. If you cannot get the meaning and sense of the sentence or the passage, you should read the passage twice. Go through the questions. First, read out the questions so that you should be right at the target. So, read the questions first. Note down or underline the answers from the passage. When you are reading a passage, underline the answers from the passage, underline it, or just note down the points on your notebook, and then you will be at ease to write the right answers of those questions. Answer your questions in a few words. It means that your answer should be to the point. Don't give unnecessary explanation of the questions. Always use your common sense to study and give meaning to words or phrases in sentences. Common sense is a rare sense, but you have to use it When you don't know the meaning of some word, try to get the meaning of that word from the context, from the sentence given there. Now, here is one passage given to you, a bit lengthy, but it's very interesting paragraph. I'm going to read it. After that, there will be the questions related to this passage, just like the passage given in your exam. In your exam, one passage is given and you have to give the answer of that passage, and those questions are given at the end of the passage or the paragraph. Now, here it is. Scientists know many things about the sun. They know how old it is. The sun is more than 4.5 billion years old. That would be too many candles to put on a birthday cake. They also know the sun's size. The sun may seem small, but that is because it is so far away. It is about 93 million miles, that is almost 150 million kilometers away from the earth. The sun is so large that the diameter of the sun is 109 times the earth's diameter. The sun also weighs as much as 333,000 earths. The sun is made up of gases, 75% hydrogen and 25% helium. Scientists also know the temperature of the sun. The surface of the sun is about 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That is 5,600 degrees. That might sound hot, but the sun's core is even hotter. The core is the central region where the temperature reaches about 27 million degrees Fahrenheit, that is almost 15 million Celsius. The sun is the center of our solar system. Besides the sun, the solar system is made up of planets, moons, asteroid belt, comets, meteors, and other objects. The earth and other planets revolve around the sun. The sun is very important. Without it, there would be only darkness, and our planet would be very cold and be without liquid water. Our planet would also be without people, animals, and plants, because these things need sunlight and water to live. Scientists have learned many things about the sun. They study the sun using special tools or instruments such as telescopes. One thing they do is to look at the amount of light from the sun and the effect of the sun's light on the earth's climate. The sun is actually a star. It is the closest star to the earth. Scientists also study other stars, huge balls of glowing gas in the sky. There are over 200 billion stars in the sky. Some are much larger than the sun, and others are smaller than the earth. Some are much larger than the sun, and others are much smaller than the earth. They all look tiny because they are so far away from the earth. This distance is measured in light years, not in miles or kilometers. One light year is equal to the distance that light travels in 1 year. Stars look like they are twinkling because when we see them, we are looking at them through thick layers of turbulent moving air in the Earth's atmosphere. Stars have lifetimes of billions of years. They are held together by their own gravity. Over half of the stars in the sky are in groups of two. They orbit around the same center point and across from each other. There are also larger groups of stars called clusters. These clusters of stars make up galaxies. Our solar system is located in the Milky Way galaxy. That is the passage. Now, here are the questions. First one, draw lines between the words and what they mean. The first word, gravity. What is the meaning of gravity? Here are the answers. Gravity means a force which tries to pull two objects toward each other. Climate. What's the meaning of climate? Climate means a kind of weather a place has. Solar system. What is the solar system? Third one, what is the solar system? Here is the answer B, the sun and everything that revolves around it. Fourth, element. What is the meaning of element? Here, elements is the simple substances from what things are made. Fifth one, core. Core, the central region is called core. Ultraviolet rays. Sixth one, ultraviolet rays, light from the sun that can harm. Cluster. What is the meaning of cluster? Cluster means a number of things together. So that is all. Now multiple choice questions are there. The first one, what is one comparison the author makes about the size of the sun? 1. There is darkness without the sun. B. The diameter of the sun is 109 times the Earth's diameter. C. Scientists study the sun with special tools. D. The sun is 93 million miles away. Now here it is the answer. Right answer is B. So the right answer, the diameter of the sun is 109 times the Earth's diameter. Second MCQ, what is the main idea of this text? A. The sun and stars are fun to look at. The sun and stars are far away. The sun and stars are larger than you think. The sun and stars are described so you can learn more about them. So the right option is D. The sun and stars are described so you can learn more about them. Third MCQ, what does the text say about the size of stars? A. They are all the same size. B. They are all small and you can see them twinkle. C. Some stars are larger than the sun and others are smaller than the earth. D. They are all smaller than the sun. So the right option is C. Some stars are larger than the sun and others are smaller than the earth. So these are multiple choice questions. Now you can be asked about these questions. The first one, how big is the sun? From the text you can understand that. What is that? Here it is. The sun is so large that the diameter of the sun is 109 times the earth's diameter. Second question, what does core of the sun mean and what is the temperature there? The core is the central region where the temperature reaches about 27 million degrees Fahrenheit, that would be 15 million Celsius. Why is sun so important for us? The sun is very important. Without it, there would be only darkness and our planet would be very cold and be without liquid water. Next question, how do we calculate the distance of the sun from the earth? The answer is the distance is measured in light years, not in miles or kilometers. 1 light year is equal to the distance that light travels in 1 year. Next question, how are galaxies made in the universe? Here is the answer. There are larger groups of stars called clusters. These clusters of stars make up galaxies. That is end of this passage. So in reading comprehension, you have to read the passage carefully and you should grasp the sense and meaning of the context, meaning of the passage or the paragraph given in your exam. That's over and all. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.